Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those trophy list analysis videos. I do apologize if my voice sounds very off, and if there are a lot of cuts because I'm currently still battling some sort of illness related to my sinuses, and it is not fun. But that being said, we have a big new game to look forward to releasing on March 25th, 2022. That game is Ghostwire Tokyo, the game about all of the people in Tokyo disappearing, and you have to go in and figure out why and defeat spirits with a combination of like magic and kung fu. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. The game comes with 57 total trophies worth 1,350 points, 1 platinum, 2 golds, 4 silvers, and 50 bronzes. So going into this, just remember that I am looking at this trophy list from the perspective of a trophy hunter, not necessarily from the perspective of like a mega fan of the game who's been anticipating it, counting down the days. So if I make some mistakes or don't necessarily know what certain things are, then that is exactly why. But I am looking at this as a trophy hunter on my first look at the trophy list, giving you guys my opinions from that trophy hunting perspective. So let's take a look. So our platinum trophy is Ghostwire Tokyoite. Acquire all trophies. Of course, the trophy that you get for getting all other trophies in the game, for those of you who are newer to trophy hunting. Now we have a bunch of bronze trophies in a row. Beginnings, Trouble, Connection, Contortion, Severance, Binding, and Conclusions. These are for completing chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and completing the main story. So these are all of your story-related trophies. Shouldn't be anything, missable or anything major there. And now we start getting to some of our more completion-based stuff. This game has a lot of completion-based trophies in it. It has, I guess it doesn't surprise me that much given that Bethesda has a hand in it. But there are a lot of completion-based trophies. So we have Helping Hand, transfer 25% of the spirits in the city. Savior, transfer 50% of the spirits in the city. Salvation of All, our first silver trophy, transfer 100% of the spirits in the city. And our first gold trophy, Hero of Shibuya, complete the main story after transferring 100% of the spirits in the city. So I believe transferring the spirits has something to do with the phone booths from what I've read. And that makes me think that this gold trophy is probably going to be missable because you have to do it before, finishing the main story unless you are allowed to replay the final main story mission, which could certainly be a possibility. But this also makes me think that are there, a limited number of enemies in the game? Because that'd be interesting if this game had a limited number of enemies, because that would make technically every combat-related trophy would become missable, and there are a few of them later down on the list. So that could be quite surprising. Problem Solver, complete a side mission. We're back to bronze here. That seems very easy. Wishmaker, a silver, complete all side missions. Seems pretty self-explanatory. Opening a Path and Liberator for cleansing a Torii Gate and cleansing all the Torii Gates. I don't know how much that involves, if that's just like a more in-depth, combat area or something. That's what it would seem like. Maybe you fight a boss, maybe you fight several waves of spirits. I'm not entirely sure, but that doesn't seem like it would be too terribly difficult as long as you know the locations of all of the Torii Gates. And now we get to the very large number of collectible trophies in this game. This game has a huge focus on completion and collectibles. We have Treasure Hunter, acquire a relic. Collector, acquire all relics. That one's a silver. So again, I assume that collectible trophies are going to be fairly easy as long as you follow a guide for them, which I'm sure that PowerPix, Brian, and other YouTubers will make plenty of guides for, so we probably won't have too much of an issue with that. Mind and Body, unlock all spirit skills. We're back to bronze. I assume that has to do with leveling up and maybe fighting different types of spirits. On the same wavelength, raise your synergy level to max. I assume that also has to do with leveling up in-game. Shibuya is my backyard. Find all landmarks. We have a location-based collectible. Echoes of the past and the whole truth. Acquire a single voice log and acquire all of the voice logs. That appears to be about the rarest trophy at the time this video is being recorded, so there must be quite a few of them, and some of them must be pretty well hidden. But again, I assume that once the embargo lifts and you can actually have collectible guides out there, these probably won't be that hard. It's all thanks to yokai, as well as with their powers combined. These are for acquiring a Magatama and acquiring all Magatama. Again, I assume those to be your typical collectible type of trophies. Roadside Spirituality, pray to a Jizo statue, and Pilgrim, pray to all Jizo statues. I'm 99% sure that is something in Buddhism, but I could be wrong on that, but that seems to be just another location-based collectible. Your tails showing, find all of the missing Tanuki. For those who don't know, you might be familiar with the Tanuki suit in the Mario games, and it's actually not horribly inaccurate because Tanuki are like a mix between a raccoon and a dog in Japan. So a very unique combination, but that's just, another collectible based on animals this time. Gourmand, acquire all types of food and drink. Probably not too difficult as long as there's nothing missable, because that's a whole other thing is I do wonder how many different trophies could be missable, if there might be collectibles in locations you can't go back to. Because, again, Bethesda has a hand in this game, and most of their games have some missable trophies, so we'll have to see. DJ Akito, acquire all music tracks, another collectible trophy. Trendsetter, this is our last gold trophy. Acquire all items for the outfit menu, excluding bonus content. It's definitely one of the rarer trophies in the game, so I'm going to assume that there are a lot of them, and even that some of them might be missable, hopefully not, but I would assume that this is also a bit of a 100% type of trophy because it is a gold. So I'm going to assume that maybe you get outfits from like everything you do, and those end up being your overall sort of 100%, almost like if you were getting gold bricks in a Lego game or something. That's my first guess. I could be wrong though. Talismania, acquire all talismans. That's another collectible. Power Overwhelming, a silver, acquire all sets of prayer beads. I wonder what makes that one more difficult. Boundless Spirit, acquire the maximum number of Katashiro. I want to say Katashiro is some kind of like toy or maybe a doll or something. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's what they are. But I'm not sure what you mean by maximum number. Maybe they're like a healing item or something. I'm not entirely sure. I guess we'll see. And now we are getting into the miscellaneous and combat trophies. Animal Lover, pet an animal. I would hope that you go through the game doing that, or else you do not love animals, and animals are better than humans. Amateur Photographer, use photo mode for the first time. That's very self-explanatory. And these are all bronzes, by the way. You wouldn't steal a spirit. Successfully protect at least 3 containment cubes in a single battle. Not entirely sure what that entails, but it looks like most people who have played the game so far have this one. And again, I do wonder how many of these combat trophies might actually be missable if there is a limited amount of combat. Don't worry about it. Pull a Daikyo Omakuji. I probably either butchered that, but if I didn't, I have no idea what that means. I don't know everything about Japan, even though I have some Japanese in me. Better Together. Fuse back with KK after being hit by a severance attack. That's probably something that's going to be unmissable. Visiting hours are over. Defeat every type of visitor, aka defeat every type of spiritual enemy. That seems like it should be fairly easy, and it'll probably come naturally while you do everything else. Heartbreaker, this looks like it'll be one of the first trophies you get in the game. Defeat a visitor by pulling out its core. As well as Soulbreaker, defeat 50 visitors by pulling out their cores. That is a major way of combat, and it looks like those are going to be some of your earliest trophies. One Fell Swoop, defeat at least 5 visitors simultaneously by pulling out their cores. Again, that seems like if there are a limited number of enemies, that could be missable. There might only be certain places where you can fight and defeat 5 at once with any sort of relative ease in this particular way. So I guess we'll have to see. Couldn't take the heat. Defeat at least 3 visitors simultaneously by detonating a red ether crystal. That one's probably easier than the previous trophy. Silent kill. Defeat a total of 200 visitors using quick purge. So I guess that's like a stealth kill version. Take a bow. Defeat a total of 50 visitors using the bow. I didn't know there were going to be actual weapons in this game. I thought it was just, a mixture of magic and like hand-to-hand melee combat with martial arts. Go for the eyes. Defeat a total of 20 visitors with headshots. I guess it's sort of the same thing. You could probably combine that with a bow trophy. Sniper. Defeat a visitor with a headshot from a distance of at least 40 meters. Oh, we're getting into some Far Cry type trophies here. Freeze, scumbag. Defeat a total of 10 visitors with quick purge while they are held by a stun talisman. Seems fairly simple. A shrubbery. Defeat a total of 3 visitors with quick purge while hiding in bushes created by a thicket talisman. Seems fairly simple. Left yourself open. Defeat a total of 10 visitors by ripping out their cores after exposing them with an exposure talisman. So a few different combat-specific trophies related to the talismans themselves. Seems interesting. Master of Blocking. Perform a total of 30 perfect blocks. That's probably pretty easy. And now we're off to our last few miscellaneous trophies. In Sync. Wire in a total of 10 times. Sadly, I don't know exactly what that entails, and it doesn't look to be as common as some of the other trophies. Walking on air. Grapple and glide to remain in the air for at least 10 seconds. I'm sure there's a specific place you can do that once you have enough upgrades. Big Spender. Spend a total of 1 million mica. So that is, I guess, your currency in this game. So just collect and spend 1 million of it. That's probably not too difficult. Just might take some time. Pious. Put a total of 10,000 mica into offering boxes. That should be fairly easy, especially if you had 10,000 at once and could just knock it out at one box. And finally, we have Lonely Tsukimi. I might have butchered that, sorry. Spend at least 30 seconds looking at the moon. That seems very easy. So overall, this looks like it's going to be a very easy platinum trophy. There are no difficulty-related trophies, if there are even difficulty options in the game. There's no specific trophy that says 100% completion, but it looks like you are basically going to be going for 100% completion, doing all the different activities in the game, finding all the collectibles, defeating possibly every single spirit in the game if they are limited. But I don't see any difficulty-related trophies. And I guess a lot of it's going to depend on how much stuff could actually potentially be missable. Because, like I said, if there are a limited number of enemies, any combat-related trophies could be missable. But maybe I'm just, not seeing something in here or don't know everything about the game, because obviously I don't. So I'm going to give this game a rating of a 3 out of 10 in difficulty from my first look at the trophy list. Again, I don't see anything major here that's going to shake you up if you've played any major open world games in the last 5-10 years. As for time, from what I've read, it's going to take about 15 hours to beat the main story, and then another 20 to 25 hours to do all of the side content. So we're looking at like a 35 to 40 hour platinum, which isn't too bad. That's pretty on par with a lot of these other major open world games of the modern day. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a relatively quick and easy platinum trophy. Again, Ghostwire Tokyo drops on March 25th, 2022. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. And I will see you guys back here for the next one.